Cheers, my dears. What's up guys, it's Rob Macfarlane here, and today we're going to be going through 1 year with the Rode Wireless Go mic system. I'm not an affiliate, I haven't been paid to do this review, but they're brilliant. They're so easy to use, and they solved so many of the issues that I used to have with my old Sennheiser G4s and G3s that I just felt, you know what? I've had them for a year and I'm still not looking to go anywhere else. Let's have a little chat about it. So about a year ago, I was going to go off on a shoot in India, but I was going to be doing all of it myself. The directing, the sound, the camera work, the lighting, the whole shebang. Much like many of you have found yourselves in a situation where you end up the head cook and bottle washer, so you need to get gear that can make your life as easy as possible. Now, I had the Sennheiser G3s and G4s, and I liked the sound coming out of them, and they were the best at that point for that price point. And then Rode decided to go and make these bad boys. So after a year of using these mics, I'm going to talk about why I still love these mics and what makes them just so brilliant. So this dinky little fella here, this is the transmitter. So this is what actually has your mic going into, your lav mic, or it even has its own microphone in it. A couple of times I've actually been in a situation where someone's talking and they're doing something really amazing, or they're saying something really amazing, and I'm like, I want to capture this, but I don't want to ruin the moment by going, hey, can you stop there? Let me put a lav mic on you, or let me throw up a boom mic. So instead, I just grab this little fella and I slide him across the table, and I leave him there and I hit record on my camera, and they haven't been made to feel like I'm stopping them mid-flow, and then you end up getting a very jilted or very unnatural review of what they've just said. Really handy. Love the fact that they put a microphone in this. It's not the world's best microphone. It is omnidirectional, so it's going to get sound from everywhere, but in a pinch, that is just brilliant, and it's going to be so much better than getting it through your camera, your camera's own mics, or a top mic from the camera, because you can put this so much closer. I'm going to keep comparing to the Sennheiser lav mics because they are and have been very much the industry standard for microphone packs for a long time. And honestly, I'm going to really rip into them because I do feel like Rode have gone and made a mic pack, and I'm sure they're going to improve on it again, but a mic pack which solves so many of the onset issues that the old lavs used to have. Look at the size of it. It's like 1/8 of the size of the Sennheisers. That means that you can put it in pockets and places, you can clip it onto things, even upside down on the underside of the coat, in ways that you just couldn't do with the old Sennheisers, because they would either get in the way, if someone sat on it, they would be uncomfortable. You've got so much more flexibility when you can hide this practically anywhere, compared to the Sennheiser where you're constantly going, oh, it's still in shot, or as soon as they turn around, I'm seeing this gigantic bulge on their back pocket, and nobody wants that. It draws the eye and it pulls you out of the situation. So A+ to Rode on the right size and weight. It's so light. The person who's on camera at the time isn't really going to be affected by the weight of this thing in their chest pocket or in their side pocket, because there's more chance for them to just forget that they're being recorded to begin with. Okay, there's a big camera in front of them, but at least they won't realize, they won't be thinking about this thing jutting into their side or the cold metal sticking into their back. I don't know about you guys, but don't you hate having to carry around 20 spare AA batteries just in case your batteries go down to 2 bars and you're at the beginning of your interview, so now you're gonna have to swap them out again, just in case they carry on talking for too long? However, Rode came up with a really great solution to this. They came up with a mic pack that has so little power draw that they could actually put their own battery, rechargeable battery, inside both the transmitter and the receiver. Both of them are rechargeable via USB-C, but on a fast charge, roughly an hour to an hour and a half, and they are pretty good to go. They will have roughly 6 hours of life in them, which is so handy. So when it comes to actually showing you how much battery life is left on your transmitter or receiver, when you're in mid-shoot and it's been going for an hour or 2 hours and you want to check your battery levels, you're kind of stuck. You have to sit and wait for a break before you can check anything. Whereas with the Rodes, well, the receiver actually shows you the battery levels for both the transmitter and the receiver simultaneously. As soon as they're sunk up with each other, and this one's on, it will show you your battery levels. So handy. It makes a huge difference to be able to not have to interrupt a interview just to make sure that you've got enough battery to finish your interview. Really nice screen. I mean, it's just nice to see color, isn't it? You know, it's when we went from black and white mobile phones to our first color phones, and then we actually had like 3 colors on it, and then they started bringing out polyphonic ringtones. It was great. The next thing that makes these mic packs so flipping good, so stress-free, there's so few buttons on them. There's so few things to go wrong. Unlike the old Sennheisers, if you were one frequency unit out and you weren't careful, you'd end up starting your shoot with the wrong frequency and you wouldn't know why. You'd have to go and resync your audio. Now, obviously, in certain situations where you've got 10 or 12 mic packs and you want to make sure that your frequencies are all separate to one another, yeah, that can work. That can actually do a pretty good job. You can go around each and every mic pack and ensure that they are all sunk up. However, with these, it's just a simple click of the button and it will sync, because each one of these takes up their own unique frequency. Now, yes, I know there are only a certain number of frequencies, but you can have many of these packs. And again, same thing. So what you do is just make sure they're near each other and hit the sync button on the receiver, and it will sync up with the mic pack that's closest to it. You're not having to go into any menu systems and search for the frequency setting and set the frequency setting and then double check that you've set the frequency setting and it didn't revert back to the original frequency setting. So in review, they're light, they're easy to use, they sync up so easily. They've got internal batteries that last 6 hours. They've got a really nice screen which lets you know from your camera what the battery is on both your transmitter and your receiver. The transmitter has its own mic in it. And it's got a great little fluffy mic. It's kind of cute. Sennheiser, catch up. Come on. Let's see what you can do. Bring the game back. But for now, Rode's kind of onto a winner with these.